I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for that, I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then he with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
Actions be louder than words, man.
I just wanna be her, from your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah, yeah. And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I've been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ride it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound it surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking, right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn. Hop hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many milkers burning my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell, as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like think you know what I'm about. I'm not. The stereotypes, they do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Wings of the team, I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Real side. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Bandit.
On first down, Darnold. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Big Sears right here.
Now it's Darnold. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Time. 55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. Defense wins championships, baby.
Darnold on first down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Here's Darnold. Open man is Kirk, complete. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. A first down throw, Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. There he goes, left side. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen,
it's just nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Now a man open down the middle of the field. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now the second down throw on target. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Second and 9 now. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Let's go.
Caught by number 11. A gain of 30. And the Bills first down.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Saquon Barkley trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. This is caught. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive going to plan so far. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Quentin Williams breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. He'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold got his man, Robbie Anderson. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
What's that? 55. Check, 55. Mike.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Darnold, he lost the football. And the Bills have recovered.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Let's go now. Go to base. Watch the flip. Take right. 3 down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. If you get even deeper in the territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now back to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. Back to throw, Darnold, eluding the pressure right, and that'll be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Flushed out right, and it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
"35 yards that time on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's 2nd and 8. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Safety creep. Alert flare. Alert flare. 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 Man, Eddie.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll set up to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Darnold. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. That's caught on the left side by Kirk.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. He'll return it from the 6. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillendow as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Darnold now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And he comes back with one complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And a throw right sideline is complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 24 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. It's Barkley on the counter. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Crunch time, defense.
Looking to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Back to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
We got hey, alert 3, along. Mike 50, Mike 50. All right, go.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. The extra point up and good, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 13. He's going to loft one deep left. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off at his own 46. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Back to throw here. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. 2nd and 5. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. High seven. Come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. 66. Bullet high.
To throw again. Hardy looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, and it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Operating from the gun. Hardy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Now we'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And some room to roam now. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. A first down run from Barkley, pretty well defended, given 3 yards on the play. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll run with Barkley. He's got the first down and more inside the 40, and finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Then he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Leonard Williams able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The Bills on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14. They'll look to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now this time he'll look to throw. And this thing gets blown up well behind the line of scrimmage, but the marker is down on the field. Who's this against? So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, Hardy. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Come on, set. 60-yard. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They'll run on first down. Tanner, 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll keep it on the ground. Tanner. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
50. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
He'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it. It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. You won't get this. You're all mine.
And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback on the keeper.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bills, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.